Mic check. Let's do a sound check. Sound check. Make sure we good.
Mic check, mic check.
All right. Throw one in the chat if y'all was able to hear. Did y'all hear Brother Jerry on there? We good. We good. All right. All praises. All praises. First and foremost, like to give all praises to the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. Like to send a shalom, a peace of blessings to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. The ones that was able to awake to righteousness, and a shout out to the 12 tribes of Israel that still sleep. That's in the living in that deep sleep right now. One day, hopefully one day you will start the searching for God and you will find him. Uh, we made it. We made it to another new moon. We are in month nine. Month nine, I believe. Um, the Most High is, allowing us to see another one. All praises for that. It's a weird time of the year. It's when Esau play with the time, getting dark early, messing up. I heard. I still gotta do some research on this, but they said that when that time go back, this is when a lot of people like start having strokes and heart attacks. Like it affect the body a lot when it start getting um, dark so early. It takes about 3 or 4 months to adjust to it. Then as soon as you adjust to it, the time go right back. But they do say it causes it throws your body off too. I know it's sure been affecting me with sleep, man. I can't even sleep no more. Can't even sleep in no more on my off days.
It sure don't seem right.
Right. 5 o'clock. Mic check, mic.
Mic check, mic check.
Are we still loud online? We still loud? Did it die?
Yeah, we at month
I
9.
must have died. All right, yeah. So messing up with the sleep, man. But all praises. It's been a long week. It's been a long week, but Most High allowed us to make it. So let's open up. Let's open up with the reading of the law, Exodus chapter 20.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, starting at verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy works. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Praises. Let's get Revelation 14 and 12.
Revelation chapter 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus.
It's about keeping the commandments and the faith of Christ. And the faith of Christ. All praises. Today we gonna talk about, so we got this is the jolly season for America. So we, started with Halloween, then it jumped right into Thanksgiving, then you got the Christmas, then you got the New Year. So it's the folly time for America. So we gonna talk about Thanksgiving, get some history, and today twist on today's Thanksgiving is, we know how Christians, when we talk to Christians, no matter what race, Christian doctrine is God loves everybody. Jesus died for everybody, died for the whole world. We even heard the people that when we on the street teaching, the people on the street, they'll literally say, I love everybody, when we know that's impossible to do. But this is the mentality of, it's like America has that Disney Channel doctrine. It's weird when it comes to Christianity. It's the Disney Channel. God, we all are one, love everybody, kumbaya type thing. And live in America, one of the most ruthless countries out. So, and they ruthless, and then it's diabolical because they act like they're not ruthless. America is crazy. It's crazy. They act like they not ruthless. It's just too many conspiracy theories and all types of stuff. Like, y'all know how they say it's a conspiracy theory when they killed the white boy, the Charlie Kirk. They trying to say that the government killed. There's all types of stuff. But the thing about this fake Christianity, this fake Christian thing is, when they say we love everybody, God loves everybody and all this stuff, and we need to help everybody, help the poor, help the homeless, I love you, you love me, Christmas spirit. Well, on Thanksgiving, the indigenous people of this land, the Native American Indians, are mourning Thanksgiving. If you're supposed to be a real Christian, you're supposed to mourn with the people that was raped, robbed, killed. You're supposed to sympathize, not celebrate this lie of a holiday. A holy, this is actually a holy day. And we go jump into the history. We go, and we understand why they're celebrating. They're celebrating because it's the same reason why we celebrate what? Passover. It's the same reason we celebrate Purim. The same reason we celebrate Feast of Dedication. Because those were victories for our people. But we don't walk around talking about kumbaya. God loves everybody. We are the world. We don't got that type of doctrine. But these fake Christians, that's their doctrine. But you're celebrating this feast day that's celebrating is about the worst day of a people history. The worst day. And man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So today's title, Real Christians Mourn Instead of Celebrating Thanksgiving. And we gonna show the hypocrisy in Christianity. It's so much hypocrisy in Christianity. It's crazy, but we just gonna hit it from the topic of Thanksgiving. So let's jump into it. So we got two books that we go read. We got a book by David Silverman called This Land is Their Land. This Land is Their Land. And we got this is like a real like easy to read children book called The Real History of Thanksgiving. The Real History of Thanksgiving. And we gonna get into the National Day of Mourning. And this is something that y'all need to do. So all next week, everybody's gonna be saying, what you guys doing for the holidays? Or what you cooking? We're cooking this. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all say. Because of course we say we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, of course. But a better way to educate them is say, oh, we don't do Thanksgiving. We celebrate the National Day of Mourning with the Native American Indians. Cause this is a real it's a protest of Thanksgiving. The National Day of Mourning is really a protest. Let's pull it up. Go to Google real quick. Let's start off with some facts. Type in National Day of Mourning, Indigenous. Indigenous. Zoom in on that. I can't see that. All right, read that out.
The Indigenous Day of Mourning, also known as the National Day of Mourning, is an annual protest.
Is a what?
Annual protest.
It's a protest. This is real important. So when you tell them you celebrate National Day of Mourning, you're telling them I am protesting Thanksgiving. Read that part again.
The Indigenous Day of Mourning, also known as the National Day of Mourning, is an annual protest and day of remembrance that occurs on the fourth Thursday of November, coinciding with the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday.
Go ahead.
It is an event organized by groups like the United American Indians of New England, UAIN, to educate the public about the injustice, suffering, and genocide faced by indigenous people. Since Europeans colonization.
You see that? It is a protest and to educate people what Thanksgiving is really about. That's what it is. So when you tell people that, it's going to make them go and look it up. It's going to make them really have to face what you're celebrating. Go ahead.
The observation served as a protest against traditional Thanksgiving narrative and a time to honor indigenous ancestors and culture, with many participants emphasizing that they are still present and resilient.
You see that? You're protesting against the traditional Thanksgiving narrative, which is what? A lie. Which is a lie. So some people, when you say I'm celebrating the National Day of Mourning, the first thing they're going to say is, well, what is that? And then you can go into, it's a protest against the traditional Thanksgiving narrative. It's big. This is what I say. All right, you can stop sharing that. So let's get into the history. Pull up book what's this? Book 1, page 23. So we go open up with this book, This Land is Their Land. And what we go talk about is when the pilgrims arriving to now America. The Indians, it's already proven that the Indians were already here. The Indians, people were already here. So read the highlighted part.
Is there a way you can make the other side clear for me?
That's probably the image.
Yeah.
Here, you can page 23.
Europeans also called America a new world because it had previously been unknown to them.
You see that? They said they called it a new world because they didn't know it. Go ahead.
Yet, there was little wild or new about this place, as one can see from the Plymouth colonists' own writings, even if the authors missed the point. When the Mayflower reached Cape Cod in November 1620.
So the Pilgrims, they got here in 1620. The Americans, they got here in the year 1620. Go ahead.
The English had only to set foot on shore to encounter evidence of a civilization created by the Cape's indigenous people, the Wampanoag.
The Wampanoag, yeah.
The Wampanoag.
The Wampanoag. So the indigenous people, they were already here. It wasn't a new world. How can you discover something when there's people already in the land? It's crazy. Go ahead.
Even though the natives already had moved inland for the winter.
Go to page 28. Now pull up page 28. Book 1, 28. Is that it out?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let's read that. 28.
Let us discard the notion of America as a new world. Never mind a savage wilderness, as there is no better way to begin a reiteration toward a Wampanoag-centered history of Plymouth and Thanksgiving.
Go to the next highlighted.
Whereas archaeologists trace Native American origins to Siberia and South Asia, some indigenous people contend that they sprang out of the ground into their homeland.
That was that pagan stuff. They were saying, "Hey, we came out the ground into America." Go ahead.
Like the corn that has sustained them for centuries.
Go ahead.
Others tell of their distant forebears migrating to the homeland from other parts of Turtle Island, as they refer to America. Despite the variety of such origin stories, they all agree.
Hold on. Pull up page 29. You gotta be ready. You can close them other ones, man. Just don't have too many open. Don't say. All right, go on, share it out. You just closed. You closed it. All right, while he getting that, go and read 29.
They all agree on a fundamental point. Indians are not only the first people of America, they are ancient.
You see that? It say they not only are the first people in America, they are an ancient people. This is something this is not a new concept. Everybody knows this. This is common knowledge. Go ahead.
By the time Europeans arrived on the scene, there was nothing new about this world except what indigenous people had created during their long history.
Right. Go ahead.
If the idea of America as a new world blinds us to the antiquity of Native Americans, it also contributes to two other misconceptions about the Indian past. One is the false divide between prehistory and history. The other is that Indian authenticity.
Where you at?
Yeah, it's I'm out of the highlight there.
Okay. Did you read that pink?
There's no pink here. I'm on page 29.
What page is that?
That's the
Was that it? Are we out? That ain't 29. All right. So now the book is letting us know that they were already here. The Bible. There are many theories on how they got here, but the answer is what? In the Bible. Let's read the Bible to see when they got here. Go to 2nd Esdras chapter 13. We gotta start at verse 40.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, starting at verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osea, the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land.
They came into another land, verse 41. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
So these 10 tribes, the northern kingdom, they like, when they got free out of captivity, they said, we got to get away from these heathens. Go ahead.
And go forth into the heathen, and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
They said, we going so far, we gonna go into a country where nobody ever lived at. No mankind never dwelt. Go ahead.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Go ahead.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over.
So they got there because of the power of the Most High. The Most High steered them to this new country. Go ahead.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
It took a year and a half for them to get here. Go ahead.
And the same region is called Arsareth.
This same region is called Arsareth. Go to Google, pull that up, Arsareth. It say this same region is called Arsareth. So it took them a year and a half to get to a place called Arsareth. Arsareth. Go to Jewish Encyclopedia. Click that. Jewish Encyclopedia. Click it, it's right there. You trying out? Go zoom in on that. All right, so this is the Jewish Encyclopedia. Read that.
Arsareth, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration, according to the Columbus identified America with this land.
You see that? It say Columbus identified America with this land. This is in Christopher Columbus journals. They got a book of Christopher Columbus journal, and he say, guess what he used to find Arsareth? He used second Esdras to find this land. And he took with him when they came. When you read this book that Christopher Columbus, his journals, he took with him somebody who can speak Hebrew, because he knew who was over here. He knew who was over here. So it said Columbus identified America with this land. So now we see how they got over here and when. All right, go to Deuteronomy 29. Deuteronomy 29 and 24.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 24. Even all nations shall say, wherefore hath the Lord done thus unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger?
Go ahead.
Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord God.
So they ended up in America because it was actually punishment from God. Go ahead.
Of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods and worshiped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them.
Verse 27.
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. And the Lord rooted them out of their land.
He said he rooted them out of their land. Go ahead.
And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land.
And cast them where?
Into another land.
And cast them into another land. Go ahead.
As it is this day.
As it is this day, meaning they're still there. They're still there. This is what happened with the 10 tribes. And then later, it happened with the southern kingdom. But it started off with the northern kingdom. They ended up in America and then got into captivity there. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse. But you know what? Let's get book 2, page 7. Just sharing out. All right, let's get that.
Long before the pilgrims arrived, indigenous tribes occupied the North Atlantic coast of the North America. These tribes had lived there for many generations in prosperous towns and villages. They were farmers who grew crops such as corn, beans, and squash. Each of these tribes has its own language, culture, and government. When the pilgrims arrived, they built Plymouth colony on Wampanoag land.
You see, let's say when the pilgrims came, then they start to build on our people land. They just came and started to build. But you know what? That our people allowed them to, because they had what? A peace treaty. Now watch this. Read the yellow highlighted.
In the spring of 1621, two Wampanoag Secoms or leaders, Massasoit and Samoset,
Massasoit, yep,
met with the pilgrims. Their goal was to create an alliance. Between 1616 and 1619, up to 90% of the indigenous population in the Plymouth region died from European disease.
They start killing. They brought the sicknesses,
plagues,
diseases.
Yeah.
It say 90% from 1616 to 1619 died. Go ahead.
The many deaths in their tribes weakened the Wampanoag, and tensions between the.
We can stop there. So it says this where the tensions came. Now let's get Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and 58.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed even great plagues, and of long continuance. and sore sickness, and of long continuance.
You see that? It said one of the curses was plagues, sickness, and disease. Verse 60.
Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee.
Go ahead.
Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Verse 62.
And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God.
So we see the Native Americans are living prophecy. They are living prophecy. And this is right now is common history. It's common history. All right. So now let's get to now after the disease happened, now they wanted to come and take over the land. Now the pilgrims come. First, there was the European settlers. Then they start bringing over who? The pilgrim. The pilgrims are supposed to be who? Christians as well. Christians as well. Give me that page 129. Is that 129? Can you see the whole like page now? Is this 129 up?
No. Cause it got pink. Yeah, that's not it.
That's probably 130. Go back to it.
Yeah, it is 130.
Get 129. It's another one that's gonna say 129, 130. What you doing? You think you ain't that low? That's it. We probably say 130. Set it up.
Yeah, that's it right there.
All right, while he pulling it up, go ahead up.
Reaching out to strangers. The Wampanas do not appear to have put much stock in it either. Let me start over. Let me start from 128.
Jump to the next highlighted for it.
The Mayflower, by contrast, reached the Cape in November 1620 as winter was setting in. A month or so after most of the Wampanas had left the exposed seashores for the shelter of inland tree stands and hills.
So we see they got her in 1620. Now pull up that next one, 130. You go ahead out while he pulling it up.
Though the Mayflower carried a different cross section of Europeans than the usual roughnecks, there was no way for the Wampanoag to have known the religious impulse behind its mission. Most of the 102 passengers were a type of reformed Pentecost Protestant known as separatists. Though they certainly hoped to make a living in America and perhaps even to strike it rich, their main purpose was to create a society where they and like-minded Christians could worship as they saw fit.
You see that? It say like-minded Christians. Like-minded Christians. Where you stop at?
Right there at the end of
the end of the pink?
Yeah.
All right, now pull up. You want to get where I wanted to get where it said. All right, pull page 8 of book 2. So we see that they came with Christians. There was a part where it said how many it was. Should say book 1, page 8. Oh, my bad. Book 2, page 8. Get that highlighted part.
The Pilgrims were also in desperate need of allies. They were in foreign lands and lacked the necessary food, resources, and knowledge to survive. Nearly half of the Pilgrims died from illness during their first winter in Plymouth.
So they didn't know how to survive the America. They didn't know how to survive. They had just traveled over here. They didn't know nothing about the land. They didn't know how to husbandry for real. So half of them died that first winter. Go ahead.
Those who survived lived by stealing from the graves.
They were stealing from the graves of people. Now go to page 167 of book 1. 167 of book 1. And we gonna read the pink highlighted part. So only half of them survived. And then book 2, page 1. That ain't it. It should say book 1, page 167. While he getting it, go ahead and read it.
Despite the Narragansett threat looming over the colony, the English had good reason to pause for celebration in late November 1621. The colony had survived a terrible first winter and the death of half of its population. The colony was now capable.
Was that all the highlighted?
Yeah, that was the pink. I moved to the yellow.
Okay. Oh, stay in the pink. Now give me book 2, page 12. So we going into that first winter. So now what we going into, since half of them survived, the Pilgrims talked the indigenous people to making a treaty. They talked them into making a treaty because all the people was dying. So let's get book 2, page 12. Yeah, it's trying to read that. Zoom in on it. So this who they got for the peace treaty. Read that.
Tis Quantum. Who was he? Known also as Squanto.
So this is Squanto. Squanto, y'all probably seen Squanto in a bunch of Indians and cowboy movies. Squanto. Go ahead.
Known also as Squanto, was a Native American interpreter, guide, and liaison.
So he was the one, he knew how to speak English and the Native American language, basically Hebrew, because he was a slave in Great Britain. Read that.
Childhood and slavery. Believed to have been born sometime in the late 1500s. Born into the Patuxet part of the Wampanoag Confederation, who lived on lands in present-day Massachusetts and Rhode Island.
Scroll down.
Who was kidnapped as a child by European enslavers and sold into slavery in Europe. Learned to speak English while enslaved.
You see that? He was a slave, and that's why, and they brought him with them to knew he was going to translate. Now, get page 168 of book 1. You go speed it up. Should have opened all of them. Is that the right page?
Yeah.
All right, let's read that first yellow highlighted. First yellow and pink highlighted.
Tis Quantum had taught the colonists how to cultivate maize for the first time in their lives, including planting the seeds in holes made with digging sticks.
So Quanto, they had them make a peace treaty. The peace treaty was to teach them how to survive. So Quanto started teaching them how to plant and survive. Go ahead.
Farming hills around the stalks as they grew, and fertilizing each plant with airing from nearby streams.
Jump to the pink.
Additionally, the colonists had erected 7 dwelling houses and 4 public buildings and received their first shipload of reinforcements. Given all the developments, Plymouth had reasonable hope for a better winter ahead. This is if the Narragansetts did not attack.
So we see that. So they really, that first winter, our people could have killed them off. Our people could have killed them off. They was vulnerable. They was barely survive. The only way they was surviving, they was grave robbing. We really could have killed them off, but that wasn't the nature of our people. They taught them how to survive. Now read that second highlighted part.
Having passed through one crisis after another, Plymouth's leaders decided that sometime in late September or early October, after the harvest was in, the people should set aside some to rejoice together. It is this event that posterity has lionized as the first Thanksgiving.
So after they taught them how to survive, now they like, you know what, we should celebrate. In 1621, we died in 1620. Half of us died. In 1621, they made a treaty. Our people taught them how to survive. They got a gang of crops is for this next winter. Now they like, you know what? It's November. We got enough crops. Let's do this party. Let's do this party. So now we coming into the first Thanksgiving. You got book 2. Page 14. This computer's slow today, man. Close it. Probably won't finish downloading. Close it in. Is that it? That's it right there. I read that.
No thanks, no giving. Historians debate what the first Thanksgiving looked like and whether it was planned. This is because few primary sources on the history of the event exist. The history of Thanksgiving is also often missing Native American perspective. 2 written accounts are from pilgrims about the event that we now think of as the first Thanksgiving.
You see that? So they have no account for the Native Americans on the first Thanksgiving. We don't know what happened. Only people who wrote about it was the pilgrims. And of course, they wrote the story that we all learned in elementary, that we all learned in America. It was a peaceful day. They had all this peace and good eating. That's what they wrote. So now let's go to the second Thanksgiving, because we don't believe that is what happened. Bring up book 2, page 19. Book 2, page 19. Get 19 and 20. Might as well get all of them. So now what we finna go to is, so that was 1621. The recorded next Thanksgiving was in 1637. And this is when it goes off the rail. It goes off the rail. So they try to base Thanksgiving off 1621. Nobody ever talk about what happened in 1637. Go to the photo. It wasn't finished downloading. I'm trying to open. Okay, we just gotta read at this computer. All right, I read page 19.
An American holiday myth. Over the next few hundred years, there were many days of Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving was still not a holiday. In 1637, Governor John Winthrop of the Massachusetts Bay Colony had a day of Thanksgiving to celebrate the return of their men from a battle against the Pequot tribe of Mystic.
So they about to celebrate a battle of them having with the Indians. This is called the second Thanksgiving, basically. Go ahead.
Connecticut. The battle devastated the Pequot. Over 700 men, women, and children were enslaved and massacred, giving this day of Thanksgiving a grim meaning.
So now we starting to see what they really is celebrating. Get past this. So we see that they are celebrating the rape, robbery, and murder of over 700 indigenous people in one day. Was that it on that? Keep reading.
In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln created an official Thanksgiving holiday for the last Thursday in November. This was the start of celebrating Thanksgiving each year.
So now, 200 years later, they made it official. Go ahead.
In 1941, the U.S. Congress wanted to set a...
What page you on?
On this page, 20.
That's 20? Keep going.
In 1941, the U.S. Congress wanted to set a fixed date for Thanksgiving. In some years, November has 4 Thursdays, and in other years, it has 5. Congress chose the 4th Thursday in November to be the official day of Thanksgiving.
Now jump to page 23. So we see Thanksgiving came from this win in 1637 of over 700 indigenous people killed. And they came home to celebrate that win. Just how we do with what? Passover. Just how we do with Esther and Purim. Feast of Dedication. But why is our people celebrating it with them? Read page 23.
Chapter 4, Beyond Thanksgiving. In 1970, the Massachusetts Department of Commerce prepared to celebrate the 350th anniversary of the first Thanksgiving?
350th anniversary will go where? In 1637. So they wasn't celebrating the fact of that this little peace treaty that they so-called made with the indigenous people. They was celebrating them taking over that land. That's what they was celebrating. Over 350 years of that. Go ahead. Watch what happened. This is in 1970. Watch what happened. Go ahead.
The first Thanksgiving by holding a banquet in Plymouth, Massachusetts. They invited Wamasuda Frank.
That's why you get that. If y'all seen one of Malcolm X's famous sayings, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. This is what he's talking about. Go ahead.
They invited Wamsuda Frank James, an activist and member of the Wampanoag tribe.
So in 1970, they invited an indigenous person to this event. Let's see what happened. Go ahead.
Of the Wampanoag tribe of Gayhead Aquina to give a speech. But his speech included a more complicated version of Thanksgiving.
So he went to the event and he started speaking what really happened. Remember, this is in 1970. It's not that long ago. He had Thanksgiving at Esau Thanksgiving, telling the truth of what Thanksgiving is about. Let's see what happened.
It described the myth of the holiday and how it hid the dark truth of the pain Native Americans have suffered since the holiday's beginning.
You see that, Christians? You're celebrating a day of rape, robbery, and murder. A real Christian who loves everybody won't celebrate something like this. Go ahead.
The Massachusetts Department of Commerce forbid James from giving the speech.
They forbid it. They kicked him out the event. They forbidden him from giving them speech. They stopped him in mid-speech. Go ahead.
James' rejection from the banquet became the start of the National Day of Mourning.
That's how the National Day of Mourning started. He like, oh, y'all not gonna let me speak the truth? We need to start our own. We need to protest this. We need to protest this day. And that's how it started. Go ahead.
James' rejection from the banquet became the start of the National Day of Mourning for Native Americans. Ceremonies for the National Day of Mourning are organized by the United American Indians of New England, a group that works to bust myths of Thanksgiving and shed light on the harm that racism and colonization have done to indigenous people and nations.
That's crazy. That's what Christians supposed to be. The Christians that love everybody, this is what they're supposed to be celebrating. A protest. It's not even a celebration. It's a protest. That's what we supposed to be doing. Because what? It was done to our people. Go ahead. What page you on?
Same page.
All right, go ahead. Keep reading. Keep reading.
The real history of Thanksgiving shows that indigenous people have been shaping North America for many generations. Indigenous knowledge and values were vital to the survival of the pilgrims 400 years ago and continue to be relevant.
You see that? It say the stuff that they taught them pilgrims, they still doing it today. It's still relevant. Go ahead.
Their knowledge, culture, and histories are embedded in the fabric of the United States.
Dang. It said it's embedded in the culture of the United States. This how America was started. They would have died if the indigenous people didn't help them survive that first winter. They would have died. Go ahead.
Past, present, and future.
That was it. All right. So now you can stop sharing that. So now let's show how Christians are hypocrites. Let's show how Christians are hypocrites. Give me Proverbs chapters verse 5.
Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 5. Whoso mocketh the poor, reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished.
You see that? It says people that are glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. You're celebrating the rape, robbery, and murder of your own people. That is a sin. That is a sin. Give me Proverbs 25 and 17.
Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 17. Withdraw thy foot from the neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee, and so hate thee. A man that beareth false witness against his neighbor is a witness against his neighbor, is a maul.
My bad. Proverbs 24 and 17.
Proverbs 24 and verse 17. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth.
It say, rejoice not when thy enemy falleth. Go ahead.
And let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth.
Go ahead.
Lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him.
So we're not supposed to rejoice when our enemy fall. And I know what some people is thinking. Well, what about Passover? What about it's talking about the enemy of your people. The enemy of your people. Let's prove that. Go to Esther chapter 9 and start at verse 20. Because that's what our feast days are about, right? Our feast days are about rejoicing that God saved us from our enemies by killing them, right? So let's prove that the enemy is talking about the enemy of your own people. If you into it, if you into it with your brother, if you into it with your sister, something happening, and y'all are enemies at a time, and let's say something happened to that brother or sister that you into it with, you're not supposed to rejoice at that. You're not supposed to say, like be happy for that. That's a sin according to the Bible. But when it's talking about the enemies like other nations, that's something different. So that's why I say it's good for Esau to celebrate Thanksgiving, but our people, we're not supposed to be doing that because you're celebrating the calamity of your people. That's a sin. That's a sin. Read this, Esther 9 and 20.
Esther chapter 9 and verse 20. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all provinces of the king Ahasuerus, both nigh and far, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar.
So we're supposed to, this is a feast day, Purim, go ahead.
And the 15th day of the same, yearly, as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting.
Say days of feast. This is days of feasting and what?
And joy.
And joy. Rejoicing. So we can rejoice at the calamities of the other nations. But when it say rejoice not at the fall of your enemy, that's the enemy of your people. Keep going.
And of sending portions one to another and gifts to the poor.
Go ahead.
And the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai had written unto them, because Haman the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews.
So we see this is an enemy. This is to say enemy, right? Because some people they'll read Proverbs 24 and say, well, you're not supposed to rejoice at all the other. You got to read that in context of the Bible. Because that means Passover would be a sin. Purim would be a sin. So you have to make it make sense. It's talking about the enemy of your people. Go ahead.
Had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast pur, that is, the lot to consume them and to destroy them.
Go ahead.
But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he had devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head, and that he and his sons should be hanged on the gallows.
You see that? So when it say, now go back to Proverbs 24:17. Now that we got context, now that we know it's talking about the enemy, because our people were in, mind you, the northern kingdom and southern kingdom was at war for a minute. But we're not supposed to rejoice at the calamities of our people. Read it again.
Proverbs 24 and verse 17. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth.
And not let your heart be glad. Go ahead.
Lest the Lord see it.
Because the Lord go see you rejoicing over the fall of your own people. Go ahead.
And it displease him.
And it's going to displease him. Go ahead.
And he turn away his wrath from him.
And he going to turn away his wrath, and it's going to go on you. It's going to go on you. Go to Job 31 and 28.
The book of Job, chapter 31 and verse 28. This also were an iniquity to be punished by the judge.
So he said, whatever he about to say, this is sin. Go ahead.
For I should have denied the God that is above.
If what?
If I rejoiced at the destruction of him that hated me.
He said, if I rejoice at the destruction of him that hated me. Because we have our own people that hate us, but we're not supposed to rejoice at their destruction. But when you celebrate Thanksgiving and you're a so-called Black and Hispanic, you're rejoicing at the calamity of our people, the Native Americans.
It's something too, because if you think about it, when they celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, normally when they come together, family gatherings, it's a feast, right?
Right.
That's what we do when we celebrate our days.
Right.
It's a feast, a celebration. So when you do come, like I get into, to celebrate Thanksgiving, you are celebrating the destruction of your people. It's like you're rejoicing.
Right.
What the feast represents.
It's crazy. And Job said, read 28 again. He said, this is iniquity.
Job 31 and verse 28. This also were an iniquity to be punished by the judge.
You see that? This is a sin to do. This is a sin. Go ahead.
For I should have denied the God that is above, if I rejoiced at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted up myself when evil found him.
Or lifted up myself when evil come upon him. Go ahead.
Neither have I suffered my mouth to sin.
It said, neither have I suffered my mouth to sin by what?
By wishing a curse to his soul.
By wishing a curse to his soul. You're not supposed to do that to your own people. Enemies or not. Friend or foe. If that's your people, you're not supposed to do that to them. Because the Lord say vengeance is his. First Corinthians, let's get an example. Get 1 Corinthians 13 and 6 real quick. Then we're gonna get a quick example of somebody that did this.
1 Corinthians 13 and verse 6. Rejoice not in iniquity.
Rejoice not in sin. That's pure sin. What the pilgrims, the Europeans did to our people. It say, rejoice not in iniquity. Go ahead.
But rejoiceth in the truth.
But rejoice in the truth. That's a heavy scripture right there. Rejoice in the truth, because Thanksgiving is pure lie. A pure lie. Now let's end it on a quick example. Go to Obadiah verse 7. Let's start there. Obadiah verse 7.
It's the book of Obadiah, starting at verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
It's talking about Esau. When you read verse 6, so we can prove it's talking about Esau.
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
He said Esau had none understanding when you read at the end of verse 7. In verse 8.
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
He said, so the Most High said he's gonna, that's why we see Esau doing this crazy stuff. The Most High took their understanding. It said, I'm gonna take it from their wise man. That's why when you see how they just be telling lies, the fake Jews and the people that take up for them, how they just be lying, they just have no understanding. Where we at? Verse 9.
And thy mighty men, O Taman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one out of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Say all the Edomites is going to die. All of them going to die. Let's see why. Go ahead.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
So they were brothers, Esau and Jacob. Edom and the Israelites were brothers. Go ahead.
Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Watch this, verse 11.
In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the stranger carried away captive his forces.
It said when the strangers was carrying us away captive, Esau was happy. They stood and watched, rejoiced in the calamity of his brother. Go ahead.
And foreigners entered into his gate and cast lots upon Jerusalem.
So the Israel, we getting conquered. Esau is laughing. Go ahead.
Even thou was at one of them, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced.
Neither shalt thou what?
Have rejoiced.
Hath rejoiced. Remember, it say rejoice not. Because at this time, Jacob and Esau, they were enemies. But what? They were brothers, though. Remember, Proverbs 24, rejoice not at the calamity of your enemy. So for this, he said all of y'all is going to die. Read that again, verse 12.
But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
In the day of their destruction. It said you're not supposed to rejoice in the destruction of your enemy. Mean the enemy of your people. They was brothers. Go ahead.
Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
In the day of distress. Verse 13.
Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people.
Not only did they rejoice, they went in and stole our stuff. He said, I went into the gate of my people. Go ahead.
And in the day of their calamity.
In the day of their calamity, go ahead.
Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity.
They went in and stole our stuff. Not only did they rejoice on us going into captivity, they went in and stole our stuff. That's a big sin. That's a big sin. They broke the brotherly covenant. So we see that's a commandment right there. We're not supposed to look at our brothers and our sisters, and when something bad happened to them, we rejoicing. That's evil. That is a sin. And when you celebrate Thanksgiving, that's what you are doing. That's why we call the Christians, or I don't know. That's how you know Christianity is a hell of a drug, man. It's like they don't even read the Bible. It's like they don't even read it. But all praise to the Most High. That was today's lesson. These real Christians, you supposed to do the day of mourning on Thanksgiving, not rejoicing at the calamity of your people, the Native American Indians. They're protesting Thanksgiving on that day because they're tired of seeing the big turkey parade, or the Thanksgiving Day parade and all this crap. And they looking, the whole world is celebrating the death and destruction of their people.
It's an abomination, a mockery.
Right. That's a straight mockery, man. So let's get Matthew 26 and we go close it on out. Hey, next week, and the reason why we did this class a week early was so if anybody catch this class, you can go do your research. Go do your research. So you can not do this wicked holiday this year. Let this be the first year you don't do this wicked holiday. You got time. You got a whole 7 days. Let's get Matthew 26 closed on now.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 26, starting at verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman, having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much, and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done, be told for memorial of her.
All praise. That was the memorial of Mary of Bethany. She prepped Christ and comforted him because she knew who he was, and she knew that he was finna die and what he was about to die for. So let's go ahead and get communion passed out. We'll be right back. We got take a quick little break. If you're at home, get your communion ready. Close out. back. Let's close class out with the Lord's Communion.
This is the Lord's Communion. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, starting in verse 23. For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Jesus, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat, this is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me.
This represents the body of Christ.
Verse 25. After the same manner also, he took the cup when he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me.
Represents the new covenant.
Verse 26. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come.
All praises to the Most High. Like to praise him. This is his new moon, new month. Hey, strive for perfection. Keep teaching. Keep finding subtle ways to teach our people. You know, keep finding subtle ways, and that is a good way. Just tell them you celebrate the National Day of Mourning. That's gonna lead to a conversation that can possibly lead them to do some research and make them think. So find, you know, what it say, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know, find ways to make people think. But once again, all praise to the Most High. Happy new moon. Shalom.